good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and or good night. Welcome back to Abstract Medicine. I do hope you are well in spirit, mind, body, and emotional as well. Emotionally, financially. I've been doing a wellness check myself, so you know it's important for me to also check in with you and how the Abstract Medicine community is doing. Today we're going to be having a look at astrocartography, and we're going to be looking at where you should live or even possibly travel according to your zodiac sign. For more accuracy, it would be important to look at your sun sign as well as your ascendant or rising sign. The ascendant sign would be either, for example, my ascendant sign, otherwise known as rising sign, is Capricorn. So I would look at Capricorn, and I would also look at my sun sign, which is Pisces. So that's that. If you would like a more intense or in-depth reading all about your astro natal chart, where you send me the date of your birth, the exact timing of your birth, your location of birth, I can have a look at your astrological cartography for more accuracy, more of a private reading. This would be a private booking. If you would like for me to read for you doing that, then please do go ahead directly to the booking called Astro Natal, and I can have a look. If you are an ongoing client, you get 20% off. If you have been a client with me before, like one booking before, you will get 20% off for this next booking. So I would take advantage of that offer if I were you. If you would like to tip me, of course you can go ahead and do that too. We're going to be looking at your travel, your where you should live according to your zodiac sign, sun and rising for accuracy. And see the characteristics as well according to each country, and if you'd like to enhance those characteristics that are innate within you. I would also I'll also be looking at another like tarot card reading as well at the end of each zodiac sign, and also an oracle reading if I can at the end of each zodiac sign. Please do also check out the November predictions as well. It's a pick a pile, and it's the November predictions here on Abstract Medicine. Okay, so we're going to go and start with Aries. Okay, Aries, so let's have a look at your astrological sign and country. Okay, so if this is your sun or rising, this would be your reading. March 21st till April 19. This could also be the date or the months that you could also move or travel to these places. Palestine, England, Poland, Syria, Israel, Lithuania, Senegal, Sierra Leone, Zimbabwe, Uruguay, South Russia, Kazakhstan, Africa, Spain, Crete, Turkey, South Africa, Mexico, Cuba. The characteristics are, or include per country mentioned, military, metallurgy, sports, transport and defence. The cities include Georgia, Birmingham, Leicester, Florence, Krakow or Krakow, Naples, Utrecht and Marseille in France. Let's have a look at a tarot card for you for Aries, sun or rising. One card for sun or rising Aries, please. Thank you so much. I'm only reading upright cards. The stars. So le stelle. So you have a lot of healing that could be provided for you in these countries mentioned. There could also be a wish come true, and also notoriety as in fame in these countries. If you have Aquarius as your rising or your sun sign, I would also have a look at that particular reading where the timestamp is down below. I hope this helps you. If you'd like to tip me, you can go ahead and do that now. And we'll have a look at a psychic tarot card, which I use as oracle cards for those of you who are already aware. You will find a lot of celebration in these countries mentioned. Rejoice in celebration. We have number 3 could also be a numerological number that could be very significant to you. Number 3 could be your life path number, or even the numerological year where you could be moving to that country. All right, your numerological year for that year could be number 3. So that's all I have for you, Aries. We're going to be moving on to Taurus. Hello, Taurus. So welcome to your reading. Let's have a look where you should live according to your zodiac sign, sun, rising, for accuracy, or even possibly travel to. So the places are Ukraine, Moldova, Bulgaria, Cyprus, Switzerland, partly Norway, Taiwan, Australia, Tasmania, Switzerland, Rhodes, Greek islands, Cuba, East Timor, Serbia, Tanzania, Yemen, Capri, Tasmania. And I would also say, because Taurus is the season from April 20th to May 20th, these could be the exact dates where you could be traveling or moving to these places. Ireland could also be a country. The characteristics are prosperity, luxury, earthly joys, love, cults of gods and goddesses, romance, and in the fire of war, possibly even defense. The city, Lucerne, which is Switzerland, border France, Lucerne, Eastbourne, Hastings, Palermo, Sicily, which is Palermo, Sicily, Leipzig, St. Louis or St. Louis, and Dublin. Okay, so that's Taurus for those of you who are sun or rising Taurus. Those are the places where you could be traveling to or relocating. Let's have a look. One card for Taurus, please. The card we have for you is the World card. Beautiful card to showcase a possible astrological cartography reading all about travel with the World card. You're going to be feeling really complete in these places. You're going to be feeling really at home. You're going to be ending something, a chapter, and I actually feel like a karmic debt in a big way. I do feel like you could really benefit from traveling to all of those places mentioned and not just one of those places. All right. Let's have a look at the Psychic Tarot reading, Psychic Tarot cards, which I use as oracle cards. If you would like to tip me for this reading or book a reading with me all about your astrocartography more in depth, then you can book that directly on the astronatal chart reading available on my website. We have moving on, number 6. Number 6 could be your numerological year number where you could be traveling to those places. You could also be really resonant with the number 6. I do feel like you will be finding more balance in those places mentioned. I do feel when you visit those places, you could be moving on from a difficult situation or even partnership. So that's what I have for you. If you like a in-depth reading, you can book directly on the website. I hope you've enjoyed this reading and you found it very helpful. Thank you so much. God bless. Take care. And we're moving on to Gemini. Bye for now. Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your reading all about where you should live according to your zodiac sign or even travel to, your sun or rising for accuracy. Gemini, the places you could be visiting could be specifically during Gemini season, May 21st through to June 21st. So the places are Montenegro, Wales, USA, Norway, Greece, Guyana, Belgium, Armenia, modern Italy, as in the United Italy that it is today, formerly Yugoslavia, Korea could include North or South, Sweden, UAE, Eritrea, Singapore, Kuwait, Sweden, and Ecuador, as well as Tonga, Tunisia, Morocco, Iceland, and Sardinia or Sardinia. The characteristics involved in these places are and include, and not limited to, entrepreneurship, intelligence, mobility, handiwork, transport communication, open street planning, motor shops, bookshops, markets, fairs. Architecture is light and open and includes bright colours. The cities are San Francisco, London, Plymouth, Melbourne, Cardiff, Tripoli, and Nuremberg. So those are the places mentioned for Gemini, for your sun or your rising for accuracy. As you know, if you like a private reading all about your astrological cartography, more in depth, please go ahead and book for your 20% off if you are an ongoing client or you've had a previous reading from me. You can go directly on the website for that particular booking. So the card that we have for you is the Ten of Swords. You could be dealing with a lot of betrayal when you move to those places that you're going to be healing from. I feel like with the Ten of Swords, there's a lot of mental occupation in terms of a lot of anxiety around your overexertion and the mental capacities, which would be very in keeping with the Gemini in its shadow. So I feel like these places could help you heal mental health issues, mental health disorders, or even find clarity. I'm hearing clarity and transparency in an idea or even just in your way of thinking. You could also be healing or mourning as well, a passing of a loved one when you visit those places too. This could also be a visit to a place of your ancestry as well. Let's have a look, Gemini, for the tarot cards, which I use as oracle cards from the Psychic Tarot. One card for Gemini, please. We have the card of solitude. So again, this would be in keeping with the message of mourning and healing. This could be a time for you to heal feelings of lack or healing loneliness. So it's a place where you'll be in your quiet time, self-reflection, meditation, and you'll be focusing on your mental wellness. We also have this lady opening a book. So I feel like this is the energy, of course, with Virgo here. You could also look into the ideas of mental health as well as intellectual improvement as well during the time of you visiting those places mentioned. This could also be scholastic endeavors or even reaching out to a mentor, guru. This could also be possibly an opportunity for you to visit a teacher, a spiritual teacher, or even a member of the clergy as well when you visit those places. Number 9 could be your numerological year at the time of you visiting those places. So if you like a private reading all about your astrocartography by booking the astro natal chart reading, then we can have a look deeper into your situation. Thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. If you'd like to book or even tip me, I'd really appreciate it. I'm going to be moving on to Cancer now. Thank you so much. Cancer, welcome to your reading all about where you should live or could travel to according to your zodiac sign. We're going to be looking specifically at your sun or your rising in Cancer. Let's have a look. So the places that you could be moving to could be particularly around Cancer season or specifically from June 2022 to July 2022. Okay, the places are USA, Paraguay, Scotland, Holland, Bahamas, Bahrain, Belize, Burundi, Cape Verde or Capo Verde, Cape Verde, Comoros Islands, the Dominican Republic of Congo, Croatia, Djibouti or Djibouti, Kiribati, Laos, Liberia, Madagascar, Malawi, Mozambique, Rwanda, Slovenia, Solomon Islands, South Korea, India, Uzbekistan, Central Asia, partly, Denmark, Canada, Paraguay. The characteristics involved in these places involve environment, individualism, spiritual beliefs, childcare, philosophy, teachers, low-rise architecture, gurus, and the clergy. The cities include, and are not limited to, Manchester, New York City, Tokyo, Stockholm, York, Venice, Amsterdam, Milan, and Algeria. We're going to be having a look at the tarot and seeing specific place for you, Cancerians, sun or rising, for when you visit, relocate, or travel to these places mentioned. We have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is really fast action. It's kind of like a temporary stay. I don't see necessarily that you'll be fixed on living on these places, in these places for a long time. This could be a summer months period of travel, or say for example it's the full 3 months of the summer period where you visit the whole of the United States, for example. I do see fast action. I feel like you could be really exploring a place by land. This could include trains, transportation through train, as well as by car. So this could be interrailing, or even car hopping, carpooling as well. So that's beautiful. Let's have a look at the Psychic Tarot, which I use as an oracle card deck for Cancer in terms of where they should live according to Cancer Sun or Cancer Rising. Authority, we have number 4. Authority is all about authority. It's about the Emperor, and it's coming into a sense of self-respect or even achievement in your work. So this could be a reward of really hard work. So you compensate yourself by traveling to these places mentioned as a holiday. I do see also Aries here, so you could have your sun sign in Aries or your rising sign in Aries. If you have your sun sign in Cancer, you could have your rising sign in Aries and then flip that around. You could also have number 4 as your life path number, or as your numerological year for the year that would be most opportune for you to travel to those places mentioned. I do see a boss up energy as well. I do see a pay rise, and I feel like you could be possibly traveling to work in these places for a short period of time. Could even be around the summer months, or even the Aries season months, which is March to April, for a short period of time, where you could be getting a promotion in these places. If you like this reading, please do tip me, or you can book directly on the website for your most specific astrocartography, all based on your astral natal chart. You can do that and go ahead by booking directly on the website. Thank you so much, and we're moving on to the next sign, which is Leo. Hello Leo, and welcome to your reading. This is going to be a reading all about your astrocartography, where you should or could live according to your zodiac sign, sun in Leo or rising in Leo for more accuracy. These could be places where you could be traveling to. We're going to be looking at the characteristics as well. The time that you could most specifically travel to these places, which will be most opportune for you, would be Leo season, July 23rd to August 22nd. The places are, for Leo, Singapore, Madagascar, Ukraine, Sicily, Chad, Bhutan, Afghanistan, France, Macedonia, Spain, Czech Republic, Italy, Iran, Bolivia, Hungary, Central Africa, Poland, Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire, Brazil, North Korea, Pakistan, South Korea, Gabon, Indonesia, Malaysia, Maldives, Mongolia, Seychelles. The characteristics involved in these places involve, and are not limited to, royal grandeur, inner pride, bright events, theatrical performances, national pride, prestige. The facade faces, so the facade of the architecture or the building is mainly facing on the main road. The cities include Bristol, Los Angeles, Bombay, Philadelphia, Bath, Chicago, Madrid, and Rome. Let's have a look at the tarot for Leo, Sun or Rising for their astrocartography, please, where the Sun Leo or Rising Leo should travel to in these places. We have the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords typically is Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. I actually see the King of Swords specifically for me as a reader as Gemini. So you could have Gemini in your rising or your sun sign. Say, for example, your sun sign is Leo, you could have rising Gemini, or say, for example, your rising is, well, whatever, you know, swap it around. So I do see that you could be more enhanced in your intellectual capacities. I feel like you are going to be seen as a self-made person, particularly if you are a man, a self-made man. I do feel like you're going to be garnering and gaining a lot of respect, and you would have increased your level of importance in your social status as well as in your career. I do also see a massive enhancement in your intellectual capacities as well. This could be you now being able to teach what you have learnt in your life or to offer mentorship. I also do see this combined with Leo. This would be a perfect opportunity for you to visit those places for work, where you could be really recognized on a platform involving like a TED talk, for example, or even your social media being really a place of importance for imparting knowledge as well. So I do see a blow up here, like big recognition for you Leos, Sun or Rising in particular, in these places, in social media as well as on like a public stage. Let's have a look, Leo, for another card for you, all about your astrocartography. We're using the Psychic Tarot, and I use these cards like oracle cards. The card we have is Sacrifice. This card is typically associated with Pisces. You could also have Pisces prominently in your chart, or even Pisces as your sun sign or rising sign, Leos. We have number 12 here. The 12 number is round down to a 3, so you could have your life path number as a number 3. You could also be traveling or working or relocating to these places to enhance maybe your study or even teaching or even prestige of your intellectual capacities specifically in the numerological year of 3 in your personal numerology. I also do see that it does involve a level of sacrifice for when you do go to these places. Interestingly, we do have a rainbow here, which I typically associate with Hawaii, but we do have the islands of the Maldives as well, or the Seychelles, which could be significant for you here in particular. So that's what I have for you, Leos. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. If you like a private booking, you can book directly with me through the Astronatal booking on my website. And if you'd like to tip me, you can go ahead and do that too. I really do greatly appreciate it. We're going to be moving on to Virgo next. Hello Virgo, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be looking at your astrocartography, where you should live or travel to according to your zodiac sign in sun sign Virgo or rising sign for accuracy, Virgo. The time where you could be traveling or moving or relocating to these places could be specifically Virgo months, which are August 23rd, the date of, starting from, to September 22nd. The places include Crete, Brazil, Greece, Switzerland, Turkey, Uruguay, the West Indies, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Estonia, Honduras, Mali, Canary Islands, Moldova, Qatar, Tajikistan, Germany, Czech Republic, Vietnam. The characteristics of these places involve, and are not limited to, high technical medical equipment, accuracy, consistency, concern of the environment, could be environmentalism, high intelligence or high intellect, curiosity, household services, medical institutions, sports and health improvement, and simple and technological architecture and improvement. The cities are Boston, Mexico City, Corinth, Athens, Paris, Toulouse, and Lyon. So if you have your Virgo as your sun sign or Virgo as your rising ascendant, then this would be your reading. We're going to have a look at the Wheel of the Year Tarot for a card for you, Virgo, specifically all about your astrocartography, where you should live or travel. The card we have for you, Virgo, is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands does involve travel, fast communication, connection, high-speed internet. This would also involve, I would say, your intelligence being really heightened around these places, or even your spiritual download of information could be a lot for you to take in. So I would definitely carry around with you a pen and paper, a notebook, a journal, as well as having your notes app open on your phone. You could be traveling to these places or relocating during the summer months, which are June, July, and August. So let's have a look for Virgo using the Psychic Tarot, which I use as an oracle card reading deck, for further information and guidance. We have balance. Balance is actually the Libra sign. And we have number 11. So 11 is a master number, and 11 rounds down to a number 2. Number 2 could be your life path number, or could be the numerological year number of you traveling or relocating to these places. That would be the most opportune time for you to travel. I do feel that. I also do feel like you're going to be gaining a lot of balance as well, and recompensation of your efforts. I do also see that things are going to be working out karmically for you, or you're going to be clearing out karmic debts, positive or negative, from other previous lifetimes, or even in your recent 2 years, I would say, or last 10 years or 9 years. 9 and 2 adds up to 11. So you could have number 9 in numerology as well as number 2 in numerology that could be of real importance. You could also have Libra as your sun sign if you have Virgo as your rising sign. I also would suggest for you to maybe listen to Libra as well for further guidance. But of course, if you like more information about your astrological natal chart and your astrocartography, you can book directly with me on the website. Just go ahead and book for the astro natal booking. If you are an ongoing client, of course, you get 20% off. If you'd like to tip me for this reading, I do appreciate it. But I do see overall, I do feel there's going to be a lot of happiness for you in these places mentioned, and a lot of harmony and beauty, because beauty is really a very Libra energy. So I feel like Virgo will be very happy with that. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. If you'd like to move on and listen to the next reading, we're going to be reading Libra next. So that might be a very good idea for you to do that. All right, thank you, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Libra, welcome to your reading. So for those of you who chose your Libra as your rising or your sun sign for a reading all about your astrocartography, where you should live according to your zodiac sign, your sun or rising, or travel to, then this will be a reading for you. The specific dates that you could be traveling you're invited to travel to these places are from September 23rd through to October 22nd. The places are and include Tibet, Argentina, Austria, Burma, Canada, China, Japan, Siberia, Botswana, Equatorial Guinea, Fiji, Iraq, Israel, Lesotho, Nigeria, Palau, St. Lucia, Saudi Arabia, Tuvalu, Uganda, Greece, and the United Kingdom, as well as France and Syria. The attributes are artistic and peace-loving, harmony and beauty. I will add down in the comments the specific city as well, or cities for Libra, which I've failed to put here in my notebook, but they'll be down in the comments below. So those are the places for Libra. That's what I'm seeing. Let's have a look at Libra, tarot card for Libra, please. Thank you so much, for where they could be traveling to or living, relocating. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Wow, we have super independence here and a lot of financial comfort and joy. I do see that Libra, in these places, you could be very financially free or independent independent. I do see that a lot of your hard efforts, particularly over the last 9 years of your life, are going to be really rewarded around these places, around these times. You could be traveling to those places around the Earth seasons, which is Virgo season, Capricorn season, or even Taurus season, which is yeah, you know, Taurus, May through to June, April through to June, December through to January, as well as August through to September. Okay, so that's what I see for you, Libra. Let's have a look at the Psychic Tarot, which I use an Oracle card deck for further guidance and information for you. So the places that I mentioned, or if I haven't, I'm sorry, I'm getting a mind fog, is France and Syria, and the characteristics I may have already mentioned is artistic, peace-loving, harmony and beauty. So particularly if you are an artist, those places would be really good for making a lot of profit. People would really respond to those places, and we have authority here. We had this for another sign earlier on, so you might want to scroll back to that sign. So we have Aries really here in this card. It's all about authority. And so, as I said, if you are creative, or you love beauty, you love interior design, you love a peace-loving environment as well, I do see that you'll be known for that. You'll be known and you will be enhancing those characteristics within yourself in these places as well. In particular, I do feel these places for business will be very, very good for you. As I said, you could be in real high demand for your creative endeavors, projects, pursuits, or business. And I do see that you're going to be seen as a very well-known individual at work. I do also see a massive promotion as well in these places mentioned. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. If you'd like to tip me for more information as well, you can book directly on the website or just send me an email. As I said, I will make sure to put the cities down below in the comments. So just scroll down to the bottom of this video and you'll see the cities mentioned for Libra. All right, so that's what I have for you. We're going to be moving on to Scorpio as well. If you have your sun or rising in Scorpio, then that will be next. Thank you. Okay, Scorpio, so this is going to be your astrocartography reading for where you should or could travel to or live according to your zodiac sign, your sun sign in Scorpio, or your rising sign in Scorpio. This could be somewhere that you could be traveling to as well. Opportune months involve and are starts from October 23rd to November 21st. The places are and include, not limited to, Lebanon, Azerbaijan, Turkey, Indonesia, Iran, Afghanistan, Switzerland, Hungary, Cuba, Iceland, parts of Norway, Cambodia, Algeria, Zambia, Turkmenistan, Egypt, Morocco, Tunisia, Bavaria, Korea, Queensland, Zambia, Micronesia. I think I've already mentioned Zambia twice, but that's okay. Brazil, the Amazon, the Transvaal, and Latvia. The characteristics involved in these places where your personal characteristics could also be enhanced in these places involve being passionate, intense, mysterious, sex and sexuality, as well as sensuality and the occult. The cities include Cincinnati, Liverpool, Newcastle, Washington DC, Baltimore and New Orleans. So let's have a look for Scorpio using the Wheel of the Year Tarot for some information about these places where Scorpio sun or rising could be traveling to or relocating. King of Chalices, a very Scorpio card as well. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. So you could have Pisces or Cancer in your sun or your rising, or you could be a double Scorpio, sun, Scorpio and sun rising. So with the King of Chalices, I do see you actually falling in love. I do see you falling in love with yourself again, maybe even for the first time. I do feel like there's a lot of emotional intelligence here, and particularly in these places. There is a lot of love here. There's a lot of emotions here. I do feel like your emotions are going to be enhanced in these places. I do also see, just mainly lots of love. So you could be finding the love of your life here. Could be a fellow Scorpio. So for example, your same-sex partnership, or if you're a woman, this could be you attracting a man, or very strong masculine energy who's also a fellow water sign, Pisces or Cancer, or even Scorpio. There's a lot of creativity here in these places, as well as balance. Let's have a look at the Psychic Tarot, which I use as an oracle card deck. Let's have a look for further information for Scorpio, sun and rising. I also do see a proposal in these places as well. We have the 8, which would be the 8 of Wands, which can and does talk about travel, as well as enhance and positive communication, as well as victory. So we have positive movement forward. These are very, very positive cards for you. I do see, particularly when Scorpio is ruled by a malefic planet, which is, well, it's not really a planet anymore, but you know, ancient times Pluto was seen as a planet. It's a malefic planet, but we do see a lot of beneficial energy and activity in these places mentioned. We also have number 8, which for me can also talk about finances and rewards, positivity, positive exchange. I do see whatever you have been working hard on, you'll be reaping a lot. You could be traveling to these places in your numerological year number, which could be number 8, or your life path number is number 8. So these places would enhance I would say also your love of humanity. I'll just extend that idea. And your intensity is going to be enhancing your love of people, your love of cultures. I would also just be aware to maybe not overindulge the senses too much. You could also have Taurus in your zodiac sign, or your astrological chart as well. So make sure not to imbibe or overstimulate your senses or overeat. I would just point that out to you. But overall, a very positive outlook for these places. We're going to be moving now to the next reading, which will be the sign of Sagittarius. But if you like a private reading to go further into more accuracy in your according to your astrological natal chart, you can book directly on the website. You get 20% off if you are an ongoing client. And I also want to say that with you, Scorpio, your occult activities, your focus on mysticism and spirituality and spiritual practices is going to be really enhancing in these places. I do see you getting a lot of downloads. I see your vision in terms of clairvoyance being highly enhanced as well. So that's what I have for you. If you'd like to press the like button or even go to the next reading, if you have your sun or rising in Sagittarius, that will be for you. See you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hello Sagittarius. So for those of you who have your sun sign in Sagittarius, or even your rising sign in Sagittarius, the opportune time for you to travel would be in the season of Sagittarius, which is from November 22nd to December 21st. And we're going to be looking at where you should live or travel to or relocate according to your zodiac sign, sun, Sagittarius, or rising sign. The places involved are including, not limited to either, Spain, Australia, Chile, China, Hungary, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Singapore, Bangladesh, Barbados, Cameroon, Kazakhstan, Kenya, Libya, Mauritania, Cyprus, France, Yugoslavia, Brazil, Georgia, Portugal, and Argentina. The characteristics of these places, and also possibly your own characteristics if you have Sun or your rising sign in Sagittarius, where they could be further enhanced in these places, involve, and not limited to, militancy, conquering or conquerors. So say, for example, you have an idol. So say, for example, your idol is Napoleon. You would go to the places where Napoleon would had conquered, for example, if they are included in these places here. That would include Spain if it's Napoleon, all right? So conquering or conquerors, generals, luxury, flowers and plants. So this could also be increasing your knowledge of flowers and plants, botany, or even botanical medicine or alternative aromatherapic or alternative medicine, adventure and philosophy. The cities include Toronto, Budapest, Naples, Nottingham and Stuttgart. So that's it for Sagittarius. Let's have a look for Sagittarius Tarot. Let's have a look, tarot cards from the Wheel of the Year, and just see for Sagittarius. Wheel of the Year. Sagittarius, Sun or Rising. We've got a black bird looking through the window. Hello. It flew away. Cute. We've got the Seven of Wands. Okay, here's a card. This is a surprising card for you, Sagittarius, Sun or Rising sign, because you tend to be very courageous generally, but it does involve further courage, protectiveness, as well as self-expression. So I do feel like you're going to be protecting your foundation in these places. This could also be involving you asserting your boundaries and your power, taking time and breath to meditate, possibly to have more self-inquiry or time for more self-inquiry. I do see that here. The Seven of Wands does involve the summer months as well. So you could be traveling or relocating to these places where it's really important that your security systems, your CCTV cameras as well, or just having a camera would be a really good idea for you to implement that if you're traveling or moving to these places. Make sure that the surveillance is good and the stability, and even that it's there is a good locking system, that these are places that are secure in nature. Okay, so summer months are June, July and August. Let's have a look for Sagittarius, Sun or Rising. Movement, choices and decisions. So Sagittarius, we have number 2. So you have lots of options. You could be traveling to these particular places. Maybe there's 2 or 4 different options, or 5 different options. 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 places that you could be traveling to all in 1 year. Or even you could be traveling to all 5 of those places within 7 months, or within 9 months when you combine the 7 and the 2. This could even be a sabbatical, you know, so you could choose to have a sabbatical around this time to travel to these places. I also do see, yes, I do see a sabbatical for a lot of you would be really good for that, to kind of assert your boundaries, focus on your internal foundation, your own mental health. Possibly Gemini also had that, but also security. Interesting, Gemini had mental health, which is the opposite of Sagittarius, your opposite sign. So you could have Gemini as well. But I do see here that you have 5 different options. I see one option could involve mental health clearance, mental health improvement. One could involve botany. Here we do have a plant growing, so this could be you learning more about aromatherapy or alternative medicine. I do see proposal as well, or marriage in one of these places as well taking place. So this could be even a further foundation of, or even confirmation where you are living right now. Say for example, it's Spain, this is where you'll be living and starting or continuing to grow your relationship with your partner. I also do see prosperity in one of these places, financially speaking, being enhanced. And the other one, orange, is also mysticism, possibly even philosophy, that involves a lot of creativity, ambition, as well as excitement of those things. I do see luxury as well being enhanced too in these places. You could be either life path number 9 in numerology, or you could be traveling to these places during your numerological year number 2. So that's what I have for you. If you like a private booking, you could go ahead and book directly on the website under Astro Natal booking. You get 20% off if you are an ongoing client, and we look further into your astrocartography, as in where you'll be living, in more depth. So that's what I have for you. If you'd like to tip for me as an exchange of your gratitude, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. We're moving on to Capricorn next. Hello Capricorn, and welcome to your reading. We're going to be looking at your astrocartography, places where you could be traveling to or living or relocating. The best time to travel to these places is during your Capricorn season. So if you have Capricorn in your sun or your rising ascendant, this would be the reading for you. The month is starting from December 22nd to January 19. The places include, and are not limited to, well, more accurately, are India, Bulgaria, Mexico, Great Britain, Albania, Afghanistan, Lithuania, Bosnia, Brunei, Czech Republic, Haiti, Nauru, Slovakia, Sudan, Germany, Tibet, Nepal, Ireland, Israel, and the Nordic countries. These places involve these characteristics that could also enhance your innate Capricornian characteristics, including clarity, consistency, diligence, rules or rule, architecture, severity, and hard work. The cities are Oxford, Brussels, Delhi, or rather New Delhi, Mexico City, and Ghent. So that's for Sun or Rising Ascendant Capricorn. That would be your reading. Let's have a look now for Capricorn using the Wheel of the Year Tarot for further information. Thank you, Spirit. We've got the Hermit, number 9. So the Hermit is Virgo typically. The Hermit is all about self-inquiry, spirituality, a spiritual awakening, being alone, needing a need for solitude. Even if you are in a relationship, it's important to have that quiet for yourself. Come back to yourself, maybe even, as I said, self-inquiry. This could also be a time where you could be looking at those big questions, big spiritual, philosophical questions as well. This is all about solitude, introspection, guidance, and inner wisdom. So rather than looking for leadership, you go ahead and do the self-inquiry in order to figure out how you can lead yourself by your own example. So I do see this as really being self-improvement. Your self-improvement will be enhanced in these places. This is also the card for when the student is ready, the master appears. So you could be following or going to a teacher, a guru, a member of the clergy in these particular places mentioned. You know, it's interesting because we have India mentioned, and that would be, of course, synonymous with gurus and yoga. All right, so that's what we have here for you. Number 9 could also be your numerological year for that year, which could be the opportune time for you to travel to those places. You could also have a life path number 9. we have solar plexus chakra. We have the life path number 3. This is really interesting for me because my rising sign is Capricorn and my life path is number 3. So that's great for me. So have a look and see what your life path number is. You could also have your numerological year being a number 3, and this would be the perfect time for you to travel to those places mentioned. It's quite interesting as I'm reading this as a Capricorn rising, and I'm from the UK and I'm doing this reading from the UK in England. Beautiful. So your solar plexus is all about your happiness, what brings you joy, what lights up your day, you know, what lights up your day. This is this does involve stomach health, your intestines as well. So you could also be involved in a new diet or a new health regime or something involving something that's really exciting for you, that brings you joy. What lights up your day. This could also be you healing your solar plexus in particular as well. If you've had any blocks, you could be healing or lifting up those blocks within your solar plexus in these areas. Solar plexus is of course ruled by the sun, the solar energy. So, you know, this would be a great time for you to travel to these places when it's the summer months in those places. Say for example it's the winter months where you are, it could be the summer months in those places. So it'd be really great to thaw out the cold from your life, maybe even if you're going through some sort of mild depression or SAD, seasonal disorder, which is lack of vitamin D. I do see you're enhancing your vitamin D intake, and it's going to really help your morale and mental health as well. I do also see creativity being enhanced as well. And overall, your demeanor is going to be much, much happier in these places. So this is your astrocartography reading for your sun in Capricorn or your rising sign in Capricorn. And if you'd like a private reading according to your specific and more accurate astrological natal chart, you can go ahead and book directly on the website if you are an ongoing client. I would be happy to read for you. It's been really fun so far up until reading to Capricorn. Just interesting to see, you know, what's going on with per sign. I'd be happy to do that for you. If you'd like to tip me, you can go ahead and do that as well, as an appreciation of your gratitude and exchange of the energy being transferred here on YouTube. And if you'd like to go to the next reading, we can go ahead and do that too. The next reading is going to be Aquarius. So if you have your sun sign in Aquarius or even your rising sign in Aquarius, that would be a good idea for you to listen to that sign. Please do go ahead and press the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much. God bless, take care, and bye for now. Okay, Aquarius, so let's have a look at your astrocartography according to your sun sign in Aquarius or ascendant or rising sign in Aquarius, where you should live, travel to, or relocate. The places that I have encouraged for you to travel to are as follows: Iran, Ethiopia, Finland, Russia, Sweden, the Holy Vatican City, Sri Lanka, Canada, Argentina, Peru, Chile, gradually Japan. So, you know, as the world rotates, the signs sort of change, but gradually it will be more fixed in Japan. And the specific time period that I encourage for you to travel to these places are from January 20th through to February 18th, which is Aquarius season. The characteristics of these countries and your characteristics, which are very Aquarian, could be enhanced in these places, include and are not limited to technology, frank recklessness, I would also say frank honesty as well, inner knowledge, social or society, friendship, independence, freedom, brotherhood, and humanity. The cities are Brighton, Hamburg, Moscow, Salzburg, St. Petersburg, Bremen, Helsinki, and New Zealand. So that's the astrocartography for Aquarius Sun and Aquarius Rising. We're going to be having a look at your tarot for these particular signs, these particular countries. Aquarius Sun and Rising. What's the tarot from the Wheel of the Year tarot, please? Thank you so much. We have the Hierophant. Beautiful card, a major arcana. You're going to expect major changes in your work. So this could be you being employed in an institution, could involve the government as well in particular. This could also be a place where you're solidifying your role in this studio, office, or institution by way of a contract. So this could be the next 5 years, or like a 5-year contract, possibly even for some of you 10-year contract. This could also be you relocating. I would actually encourage you for you to relocate to this place if you have Aquarius, your Sun, or Rising in Aquarius, because the Hierophant does talk about reliability, stability, doing things by tradition, institutions, the government, as well as the earth. So it's about rooting down. Taurus energy here with the Hierophant. I also do see a commitment as well being enhanced, and I do see a relationship. I do see your being more honest and frankly honest in your relationship. In these places, romantically speaking, is going to be really, really beneficial for your relationship. For those of you who need a guidance counselor, or even a relationship or marriage counselor, you will be able to seek that person or seek that group or community in those places that I mentioned. It's going to be very good for you both, or very good for you in general. So the Hierophant typically would be spiritual wisdom, leadership, tradition, and institutions, which I mentioned. As I said, you could have Taurus as well in your rising or your sun sign, Aquarius, and you could have the number 5 as your life path number, or you could be going or moving or relocating to those places during the numerological year for you, which is your personal year, number 5. We have the throat chakra. So we talked about frank honesty, and this would be a card all about communication from your throat. So we have enhancement here. We have a double 5 here with the Hierophant as a 5 in Roman numerals, and we have a number 5 here in the Psychic Tarot, which I use as an oracle deck. So I do see that it's really important with number 5 numerologically being the number of marriage. It's the marriage of opposites, masculine and feminine. It's really important for you to communicate your truth to your partner. For those of you who are wanting to attract a partner, this would be you attracting someone who really, really, really candidly appreciates honest truth. They don't like liars. So I do see that your truth, your vocal cords are going to be enhanced. You're going to be able to free yourself from bondage around the vocal area. So for example, if you have a throat chakra blockage there, that's going to be released and cleared out for you and lifted up in those places that I mentioned earlier. I also do see that healing around the vocal cords is going to be enhanced there, particularly with a guide or a mentor or a teacher. So for example, if you're singers or you're vocal coaches yourselves, or you are like myself, I have a podcast, for example, you could be going to someone that can improve your vocal cords, like a speech therapist, or even a vocal coach, or even you could be going to a teacher, a mentor, to help enhance your speech in general. So this could be maybe being more grounded in how you say things. Owning your power as well is really important for you, I would say, Aquarius, Sun or Rising, or Taurus, Sun or Rising. I do see that there's going to be an enhancement of that. I actually also will say that AI, artificial intelligence, is actually going to really help you as well, particularly if you live in those places already, to do a course in that or to seek a teacher involving artificial intelligence. To also vocalize your thoughts on it as well. And I do see you owning your power. As I said before, your voice is your sword, your word is your sword, and that is your truth. So truth in general, there's going to be an enhancement of truth. So say, for example, you work in an institution, it's really important this for you that you could be looking through contracts or even seeing, like, you're vetting institutions and seeing how truthful they are, how truthful those gurus are, how truthful those coaches are. You know, if they are a wellness coach or a life coach, or you are a life coach, it's important that you're sharing this leadership in a way that is truthful and you vet out those who are not. So that's what I have for you, Aquarius. Beautiful reading for you. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Please do let me know. Press the like button and maybe also consider subscribing to the channel, as well as booking a reading with me from me, going directly to the astronatal booking chart. We have a look at your most accurate, most specific, most in-depth astrocartography according to the time of your birth. So that's what I have for you. If you'd like to tip me, I'd really greatly appreciate it as an act of love and appreciation and gratitude. Thank you so much. We're moving on to Pisces next. Pisces, welcome to your reading. So for those of you who have your sun sign or your rising sign in Pisces, the best time I have suggested for you to travel to these specific places mentioned are in Pisces season, which would be your birthday, February 19th from to March 20th. The places are France, Normandy, North Korea, Portugal, Samoa, Egypt, Scandinavia, Mauritius, Morocco, Namibia, Tunisia, Indonesia, Oceania, Iceland, Romania, Finland, Nepal, Philippines, Ceylon, Palestine, Venezuela, Hawaii, and Colombia. Your characteristics, Pisces, are secrecy, mysticism, ritual, musicality or music, art or artistic practices, beauty, harmony, and romance. Those places that I mentioned are going to be they have those characteristics, and they're going to be enhancing your Piscean characteristics that I mentioned. The cities are Jerusalem, Warsaw, Alexandria. So that is the astrocartography for Sun in Pisces and Rising Ascendant in Pisces. Let's have a look at the Wheel of the Year Tarot for further guidance or information. Thank you, Spirit. Pisces, we have a very Piscean sign here. Scorpio had the King of Cups, which is very interesting. So you can have a partner who has very prominent Scorpion placements. But we have a Piscean card here, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, in the Queen of Cups. So we did talk about romance, we did talk about beauty and artistic endeavors and musical endeavors, and we have that here embodied with the Queen of Cups herself. So I do see your beauty is going to be enhancing in these places. If you travel to these places, you're going to be seeing more beauty. It's going to be inspirational to your musical or artistic endeavors or creative practices. I do see that. I also see that there's going to be a lot of love involved in these places. I do see that you're going to be getting a glow up. You're going to be seen as very attractive. The Queen of Cups does involve healing, intuition, and compassion, which is very in keeping with the characteristics of these places involving mysticism, ritual, and musicality, as well as harmony and secrecy. So you could be going to visit temples or sacred sites that could involve you increasing your intuitive abilities, your spiritual practice as well. I do see that these places, definitely could involve you visiting sacred sites and receiving information clairvoyantly, clairsentiently, claircognisantly, clairknowingly. Yeah, through all of the clairs. I feel like your clairsentience, or just general clair vision, is going to be more clear around these places. I do see that these places would also really benefit from, for your inspiration for further creativity in your life as well, or if you have a creative practice involving art, the arts, interior design, music, enhancement of an environment, in particular theatre, even your beauty. So say, for example, you've been wanting to get some work done, then those places would really enhance that. Or for those of you who are interested in old traditional ways of enhancing your beauty, like say, for example, using charcoal for eyeliner, those places would show you and educate you how to do that through some sort of like beautifying ritual as well. Okay, so let's have a look now at the Psychic Tarot, which I've been using as a oracle card reading for Pisces Sun as well as Pisces Rising. I also want to say there's purple here, so again, there's a lot of intuition. Your intuitive powers, your third eye will be very, very enhanced in these places as well. Okay, so we have number 5, financial and material changes. So I do feel like these places mentioned could involve you stepping up or changing your financial and material aspects in your life. So say, for example, you're single, you could be actually ending up becoming a married person, like a wife, or I do see a lot of wife material here, like so you are very wifey material to many people if you are a woman. If not, if you're a femme, then this would be in keeping with that. I actually also do see fashion as well. So your fashion and love for textiles and silks in particular will be really enhanced, and like good quality cottons. The reason why I say that is because, of course, it's, you know, Pisces and all of these places I mentioned involve beauty and harmony, but we have Taurus here as well, the glyph of Taurus, which does involve those things. It's like what feels good, what's very sensual. So your sensual nature is going to be enhancing in these places. Your senses are going to be enhancing. I do see there's going to be a positive change in your finances in particular. For those of you who are single, you'll be meeting the person that you'll be married to. For those of you who are in a relationship, you'll be stepping up a level into marriage and commitment if that's what you're wanting. For those of you who are married already or have been proposed to, I do see proposals taking place in these places if you are in a relationship. But if you are already married to your person, I do see that you're going to be stepping up a level in terms of your relationship, possibly involving children, having children or adopting children. So we do have change here with number 5. Number 5 in numerology does talk about a marriage of opposites, the masculine and feminine, and a marriage of both. So say, for example, your spouse could be your opposite sign, which is Virgo. Say, for example, you have your rising sign in Pisces, your opposite sign would be Virgo, as I said. If you have your sun sign in Scorpio, your rising sign would be your opposite sign would be Taurus. So it's something opposite. It's like opposites attract in your partnership. Financial changes in your workplace as well. So you could be going through a creative change, or the change in there could be a more of a holistic or spiritual intention or intent within your creativity, or this is being showcased more. So that's what's changing in your career as well. But materially speaking and financially speaking, these are great places for you to enhance and stabilize your spiritual practice and make money out of it. I do see you furthering that and then now being seen as a spiritual practitioner. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Pisces, Sun or Rising. So let me know how this resonates for you. If you like a private reading, of course, you can book directly with me on the astronatal booking, all about your astrocartography, and we go deeper into your specific date of birth, time of birth, and all of that lovely stuff. Yeah, if you like to exchange your gratitude and your energy, as I have here, if you like to do that through a tip, I really do greatly appreciate it. Or if you like to buy me a coffee, I'd really appreciate that too. If you like to listen to other readings that we've had here, then you can do that too. I will say that number 5 could be the numerological year of your personal year, where you could be traveling to those places. And also possibly you could be a life path number 5 as well. I will say that. I do also see, I forgot to mention, I do see stability and actually relocation in these places. So you could actually be moving to those places and living there, I would say. So yeah, this is a beautiful change in your stability and in your status as well. Your status is changing to a level up. Number 5 also, it does involve a spiritual wisdom and leadership, because it's the number of the Hierophant. So it's a person who's a teacher, a mentor, a guru, a guide, that kind of thing. So when the student is ready, the master appears. So you could be the master or mentor with regard to ritual, spiritual, mysticism and those kind of practices to your students. Or you could be an arts teacher, like myself, for example, an art teacher, or someone involving music or creativity, and you're teaching that to others. Or you could be searching for that in these places, and you do get that teacher, mentor, guide in those places. I do also see a change in the institution, a job role. So say, for example, you're working in a particular environment, an office, you're moving into another environment, office, where I do feel like it involves the government, possibly for some of you, or maybe implementing more artistic classes or courses in the general state or education system, for example. So that's what I see for you. And I also do see meditation practices as well, prayer, all types of ritual being enhanced in these places. So that's what I have for you, Pisces. Let me know how it resonates, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now.